So that's the information on that front. Let me now get into this article. This is out of Federal News Radio, 1500 AM, top story on Drudge, at least it was an hour ago. And we're glad Drudge is linking to this. The point is, the media is focusing on 8.7 billion missing and not focusing on congressional hearings in 2001, 2003, 4, and 5. And you can just search Rumsfeld being grilled about missing trillions. You can see the C-SPAN clips on YouTube. We uploaded them. That's how I know they're there. And he says, yeah, I'm not going to tell you where the trillions are. And then he has the head of the Office of Budget from the Pentagon, Dr. Chu. And Chu says that, he won't say. He looks like a bad guy from a James Bond movie. But I found an archived clip that somebody in 2006 put on YouTube from a 2001 CBS News clip. It's very bad quality. But you can just search for the headline for this video and find it. We'll give you that headline in a moment. In fact, let's go ahead and play a short clip of the big issue. Because while you're busy worrying about 8.7 billion, it was 2.3, then it was 4, then it was 5. Last time they had a hearing in 2005, it was over 5 trillion missing. Because they've raided the Pentagon pension funds. That's why they're announcing they don't want to give health care, and Obama wanted to make veterans pay for their own insurance. Remember that? We had the head of the VFW on last year about it. He was in a meeting with Obama when he proposed it. Because they've stolen all your money that was put in there to pay for things. There's not just the $2 trillion a year, the $1 trillion, $200 billion on budget, the $100 billion off budget, then all the black budget money. There's all the other Pentagon investments. They buy stocks and bonds and derivatives. And it's all been stolen. And it's as big as the banking heist. Let's go ahead and play this clip from 8+ years ago. From September 10th, 2001. Almost 9 years ago. Here it is.
Pentagon, the day before 9/11. Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld declared war, not on foreign terrorists.
The adversary is closer to home. It's the Pentagon bureaucracy.
He said money wasted by the military poses a serious threat.
In fact, it could be said that it's a matter of life and death.
Rumsfeld promised change, but the next day, the world changed. And in the rush to fund the war on terrorism, the war on waste seems to have been forgotten.
My 03 budget calls for more than $48 billion in new defense spending.
More money for the Pentagon when its own auditors admit the military cannot account for 25% of what it already spends.
According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
$2.3 trillion with a T. That's $8,000 for every man, woman, and child in America. To understand how the Pentagon can lose track of trillions, consider the case of one military accountant who tried to find out what happened to a mere $300 million.
We know it's gone, but we don't know what they spent it on.
Jim Minery, a former Marine turned whistleblower.
Kurt Nimmo is doing a story on this, and we'll get that video posted up there on Infowars.com. You want to watch the whole thing. But I played that because if I just read a CBS News headline to you, you're not going to believe it. Or if I read to you a Oregonian headline or an AP article, people like to see it and hear it. So there it is. And the title is Rumsfeld says 2.3 trillion missing from Pentagon, if you want to watch that video. Good job, guys, pulling that up on short notice. So while we're talking about 8.7 billion, he did that basically because he was involved in the cover-up to look like he was going to investigate it. Once he got into power, he covered the whole thing up, and it was 5+ trillion by the time they had the last hearing 5 years ago on it. I don't know what it is now. $5 trillion plus missing, and the media is talking about 8.7 billion missing today. No, it's over 5 trillion and growing. I don't know what the new numbers are because now it's not even looked at. And in Congress, they say, where's the money? And they go, we're not going to tell you. Well, where's the 5 trillion? We're not going to tell you. That's just the end of it. You understand, slave? See, the government is above the law, and the corporations that feed from the trough are above the law, but you, the average citizen, they're passing new laws all the time to make normal behavior illegal so they can get you into their system. The only industry we've got left in this country is people working in private prisons, competing with the private sector. We'll be right back.